Hey YouTube, so today's video is going to be about what is transgender. So basically gender is the social constructs of femininity and masculinity. A person that is born female typically are feminine, and people that are born male are typically more masculine. A person that is transgender may be born female, however they may identify as masculine or vice versa. As for a transsexual, typically what they were born with in their mind, their body, as in their sex down below, does not match their brain's ideal image of what their body should look like. That is the most basic terms I guess I can use to describe being transgender and transsexual. So if you guys want to know more about what my view is on being transgender, continue watching. That transgender is not becoming mainstream, but it's becoming more and more accepted throughout the US. I mean, after college and I started transitioning, there started to be like a major movement in the US for transgender rights, and transgender advocates are almost everywhere now. I know you can pay big dues to Laverne Cox and Janet Mock. I got to meet Janet Mock, by the way. She's great. And just strides are, and people are starting to see that transgender people are people too, just like them. And I think that's really important. I moved from my little town, like I said, and being transgender, I was scared about moving to a new town. But I ended up meeting a group of people that saw me for who I am. They never saw me as transgender, and I think that's really important. I mean, it's not like I'm going stealth at all. Like, I know there's a big conflict about should you go stealth or should you be out and proud. But I don't think if you are transgender, you don't necessarily have to be stealth, but you don't necessarily have to be out and proud and be a huge advocate. You can just live your life as a human being. And I think that's really important to a lot of people. I know many people do not, I guess, pass. And I guess that's a term that people are trying to get rid of now. But it's not passing. It's just being who you are. And it's really important to see people being who you are. I know one of the biggest and hardest things for most trans people is that society doesn't see them as they see them. So instead of a woman walking down the street, they might see a man dressed in women's clothing. And I think definitely society today has to change their views. It's not us trans women that need to, or trans people that need to change our views. It's the society at large. They need to walk down the street and not see a woman walking down the street, not see a man walking down the street, not seeing a black man walk down the street, not seeing an Asian lady walking down the street. You need to walk down the street and see that there is a human being walking down the street and not even judge them at first glance. I think it's really important in today's society that you don't judge a book by the cover. If you want to make accusations about a person, then go up to the person and talk to them. Once you talk to them, learn who they are, then start making your accusations. That's how I've kind of been living my life lately, is I don't judge people by the book of their cover. Like, I had this friend in college, and he would purposely not hang out with a guy, like a guy that could be potentially a new friend, because he was wearing skinny jeans. Like, that is ridiculous. Why would you say that person, in his terms, that person's a fag because he's wearing skinny jeans? Why would I ever want to be friends with him? That is so stupid. You never even got to meet that person. If you got to get up and talk to that person, actually, you'd find out they're one of the coolest people ever. And that's how I think many people are today in society. They don't judge people by, or they judge people by how they look. They don't judge people by who they are. And as trans people, that's really important, is to try to find people to judge people for who they are and not what they look like. That is what I think we really need to strive on changing. We need to step up and show people that we are people too. I think it's really important that we don't necessarily have to show people we're trans. We don't need to tell people we're trans. But what we need to do is show people that we are people too. We have similar interests. We like to do things they like to do. We like to go out to eat. We like to shop. We like to do similar things. I think that's really important for us to convey, is that we are people too, and we have basic needs in life. I know Janet Mock and Laverne Cox, they're huge advocates for the trans community, but I know once you start talking about them being their past life, I guess they get really defensive about it. And not necessarily is that a bad thing, but I know a lot of us, I know like not Laverne Cox, Janet Mock, transitioned as a very young woman. So she grew up as a woman, she lived her whole life as a woman, but most of us don't transition till later in life, and I think it's really important that we take what we learned from early in our life and contribute that to who we are today and teach people that we are the same people. We still love to do the same things we used to. We still have the core aspects about us, and I think that's what we need to start showing people, especially society, because once we start showing them that we are people too, they'll be more than happy to accept us as people as well. We need to fight and show people that we are just as capable as they are to do a job, that we are just as good as them. We have basic human rights just like them, and we need to show society that we are humans too. And I think that is really definitely moving in the right direction today. I mean, you look back to the civil rights era, it took a long time for Black people to earn their rights, but they have, and they're just as equal as any other person now in the United States. If you look at gay marriage, it's the same thing going on. Many gay people have fought and fought and fought to work towards gay marriage, and now it's like a domino effect. It seems like every other day there's a new state being involved with a constitutional gay marriage. It's just moving. That's just how society works. It takes a long time, but eventually it will happen. So I think it's really important that you guys stay firm in what you believe and educate people, as long as show them who you are. With that, I would like to thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was really, really random and very ranty, but I really hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe. Thank you.